What is up, guys? It's your boy Ball here, coming at you with another video today. Today what I want to talk to you guys about is how to recover / how to respond from when someone says something to you that's unexpected / that's negative, whether that's about you, whether that's about your personality, whether that's about your company, whether that's about your organization, whether it's about your spouse, any one of your friends. How to recover when someone says something negative about someone you care for or yourself individually. Look, I've gone through this many times. I've had many people say things to me that were quite negative or that hurt quite a bit. And so the question is, how do you respond to those things, and how do you go about not letting it affect anything that you do after that moment? How do you not dwell on those things, right? So that's kind of what I want to talk about today and how to break that down. So look, how this came about is, just thinking about it in my life, there have been so many times, and as you probably can say with your life as well, where someone has said something to me and boom, it shook me, right? You know the feeling that I'm talking about, like where someone says something and you're just like, oh crap. Because then you think, you hear enough truth in it that you wonder, oh man, is that actually what I do to people? Or, oh man, is that actually how the person that I care about is? Dang, I kind of see that. And then you just dwell on it, and then it ruins the things that you have to do after that because you're just dwelling on that thing, right? Whatever negative characteristic that is. And so I just wanted to share the process that I go through with you guys. And if it helps, great. So the first thing I ask is there any part of that that's true? Okay? So whenever you face criticism of any kind, the first part of it that you have to ask is anything of what they're saying true? Okay? Well, I would actually say the first thing that goes beyond that was, does this person matter? Yes or no? And if they don't matter, then kind of just get rid of it. But if they do matter, and I assume that they do because it had an effect on you, because it's someone that you care about, so then the next question I ask is there any part of that that's true? Okay? And if there's no part of it that's true, but it affected you, then you just let negative words affect you, but you just got to move on with it because there's no truth in what they said. They're kind of just speaking out of their own hurt or out of whatever. But if what they say is true, or it has truth in it, then ask this: is this true all the time? So let me give an example. Let's say someone says that hey man, you just ask way too many questions. Bro, you just ask way too many questions. You want to know too much. So that might hurt you. That might hurt you because you may be saying, I just care about you, right? I just care. Sorry, that's why I'm asking questions. So then you got to ask yourself this question and why it's important. Okay, is it true? Okay, yeah, it may be true. Sometimes I may ask too many questions. Is it true all the time? Now here's where you can filter things out. For some personalities, too many questions, no go. So that's true. For other personalities, they love it. They want you to ask them as many questions as possible. Okay, so it's 50-50, right? I mean, maybe not 50-50, but you have your categories. So then how you have to interpret those words is, okay, what they say has some validity to it, but it's not true all the time. So in the future, to control this, I need to gauge what their personality is before I go on. Because if they're of the personality that doesn't like being asked questions, then yes, I need to tone that back and not ask as many questions. But if it's for the personality that does like me asking questions, I need to just do what I naturally do. And so doing this allows you to really go through it non-emotionally and just ask, is this something that I need to change about myself? Or is this something that I can't change? It's another thing to ask, is this something that I can change? Or is this something that they're just saying out of their own hurt for whatever, the reason may be? And I think when you do this, it actually frees you up, because the way that I take rejection or the way that I take negativity is feedback, okay? So let's say someone says no to me. I don't actually ever believe anyone is saying no to me. They're saying no to the approach. So let's say, I were to ask a girl out on a date, okay? There's a big part of that if you just come up to the girl and, you're acting all cocky, whatever, to some girls they might like that, to some girls they may not. So this girl who says yes over here, another girl may say no over here. But to the girl who says no, a lot of times they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to how you approach them. right? So this girl maybe respond to like just a gentle, you asking, you introducing yourself, you asking her a few questions, whereas this girl you just went up to her and said, hey, let me take you on a date. And she's like, oh yeah, okay, great. So the way that I try to handle negativity and rejection, anything of that kind that can really impact you for the rest of the day, I always try and objectify it. I always try and say, okay, does anything of what they say have any validity to it? And then if it does, is it true all the time? If it's true all the time, it's something that I need to change. I need to change about me because I took the wrong approach and this just is the wrong approach, right? But if what they're saying has some truth, then all I need to do is adjust. I don't need to take that personally. It's just feedback. Hey, for my personality type, this is where you're hitting me wrong, okay? And in a sales conversation, hey, for the way I'm wired, this is what you're doing that's wrong. For a dating situation, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. For that girl over there, it may work, but for me, it doesn't work. And so when you ask yourself and when you process these things, before you let it ruin the rest of your day, see if they were actually helping you out by letting you know something of what you did was wrong, or at least wrong for them. Because when you do that, you actually turn this negativity and this rejection into, wow, thank you for that. Because no longer does it become something personal. All it does is become some feedback for you, right? All it does is if you're able to view this objectively and not take it personally and not let it sit on, oh my goodness, so many things are wrong with me, oh, I'm meaningless, oh, I'm worthless, and all this stuff, it allows you to go, hey, I just need to change my approach. Like, I'm not actually an awful human being. I'm not actually the worst salesman ever. I'm not actually super unattractive. Doesn't mean any of those things. Just change your approach, okay? So look, if this video helped you think differently about rejection or negative comments towards you in any way, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear it. If you have a process yourself for when you get rejected or when someone says something negative to you, if you have your own process, I would love to hear about it below, and I'm sure other people would too. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who could use this video, feel free to send it to them. And as always, stay tuned for the next video. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.